Hey, YouTube, Facebook, and all that good stuff, you know, whatever, all that whatnot. I got something that I wanted to show you guys and talk to you guys about. And I guess I actually don't have it all with me right now, so I should probably go grab it. But first of all, I'll show you. I'll just set my body here for a minute, and I'll be right back while I grab the remainder of what I'd like to show you. Alright, so this is where I'll start today, is with this, and whoops, it's actually not the body that I'm showing you, although it is nice. I got some stuff from R2Hobbies, so I thought I'd show you some of that stuff. And first of all, it's move this because it's really only the body that I want to show you right now. Anyway, I got a GT spoiler, and I've put that on my '69 Camaro. It's a really high quality thing considering how cheap it was. It was about $1.50, I think. And it's really good. It's a little aluminum setup with aluminum arms and screws and stuff that you can completely adjust to be whatever you want, like whatever angle. And it comes with 2 spoiler options. One of them has the spoiler because, you know, salines don't look good when you've got, like, huge ride height, especially because it's an S7. So, it's a saline Allen S7. I don't know really much else about it, but anyway, yeah, I guess that's that. That's really all that's new with the vehicle itself. So, anyway, and then really, let's see, the thing I came to show you here is, I don't know about how many people out there are really organized with their stuff, but I didn't used to be very organized. Now I am, but I'm not really great with my organization. So what I did is, because I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money on a full-sized case for things, is I went to the dollar store, just a couple minutes away, just a like 5-minute drive, and I bought some 14-day pill containers. They're actually 7-day, so we've got Monday through Sunday through Saturday, and then AM and PM. And what I did is I sanded the labels off. It still has the Braille labels on there. I don't know if you can really see that, probably not, but can see there's nothing on there. That's because it was just printed on there, so I just sanded that off. And what it is, I use these little cases. That's only $1 each, and that's pretty good considering you get pretty good amount of organization. So in there, in all those 7, I've got various little parts that attach things. So these are all R2Hobbies parts for the most part, except for the tool that's in there. And I guess that's all that's in this one, because I don't have a whole lot of parts. The other thing is I got this one too. So I'm using all 14 of the small containers in this one for stuff. I've got body post clip, or not body posts, body clips in here. I've got rubber spacer rings in here. I've got mirrors in here, which I got from R2Hobbies. I've got not suspension swing arms, sorry, steering swing arms in here. I have steering knuckles in these two. And then in this last one, I have various heights of spoiler mounts for all my spoilers that I have, because I have more spoilers than bodies, which is interesting because I have almost 10 bodies now. And I'm actually going to show you in a few minutes what the next 3 are going to be. The other side of this, I have nuts and lock nuts right here. I have screws in here, and I have pins in here, which are used to hold your hex in place. I've got the little nub screws in this one, which are the ones you need a hex for, that just screw into the gears and axles and whatnot to hold them in place. And in here I have E-clips, which are used to hold various posts in place. In my car, they hold the suspension swing arms in place. And for those of you that don't know, or didn't figure it out, that's a Sprint 2 that I showed you. It's actually a Sprint 2 Drift is what model it is, and it's the older version, not the newer version, just because I wasn't fortunate enough to purchase mine in time. Anyway, these here are suspension adjusting things. The name escapes me, but they're preload clips for various heights. That's the tallest one, 8mm thickness. I think it's Traxxas. These are spoiler angle mounts. They're just tiny little slivers, and they just give it a tiny little bit of angle. I guess you probably can't see it from there, but anyway, I have a lot of those. So that's really all these are for, just because I really like organization. Because I'm kind of OCD. In fact, I have to take meds for it. Not that that's your business or anything. The other thing that I was going to show you is how I plan out my bodies and when I'm going to paint them. So I'm going to start by showing you the 3 bodies that I mentioned in a recent video. I don't know which one it was. Are on my Christmas list, actually, and I got them from R2Hobbies for about 20 bucks each, 25 bucks each. The first one is the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. So this is pretty much what I do, is I just draw the best scale interpretation of it. Oops. And then I prepare a little thing. Looks vaguely like this, and it doesn't have to look exactly like the car, because remember, this is just a concept thing. I go into a further area of planning. Anyway, this is what I've got for it. The spoiler is going to be orange. The various patterns used in this, such as these lines that are diagonally facing lower right to upper left, represent fiery orange, and I use Parma paints. I don't use Tamiya. I don't exactly know why. It doesn't really make a big difference, I guess. The cross-hatching that's vertical and horizontal represents clear. These here that go from they're diagonal from lower left to upper right represent Indy Silver, which is the most common color that I use when I'm going to use silver. So that also follows through for the kit and bumpers. And the horizontal lines there represent metallic black. The vertical lines represent metallic red, which I'm actually thinking I'm going to use metallic red is only going to be used here, but I actually have some atomic rust paint that I'd like to use, and I'm going to use that in a different body, actually. Right here, I'm going to use Inca Gold in the headlights. That's what this diagonal cross-hatching represents. It's the Inca Gold. And I guess that's really all that I have planned out, but that's really all I need, because you can't really paint any of the other parts, so, the wheels anyway, you can't really paint the tires, and I actually got a bunch of sets of wheels and tires, grip tires even, with insert sponges from R2Hobbies for about $5 a pair, or actually not a pair, a set, so you get 4 tires that are rubber compound tires. They're not drift compound, they are actually grip compound, so that's cool. And they come with the insert sponges, and then you can get some rims for those. So I got 3 sets of rims, and in this case they're disc plates. The other ones I got are not necessarily disc plates, but I got one of each tire kind. They have 3 different, well, they have more than 3, but the 3 that I got are pretty interesting, I think, but they're pretty good compound and whatnot. They actually haven't got here yet. They haven't shipped yet. Well, they've shipped, but they're not here. The next body that I don't know if I mentioned is Toyota Hiace, and oddly enough, when I got that body in the mail, when it shipped and I received it, it actually had errors on the print. So the printout actually was spelled wrong in various places. For example, the Hiace label was actually, they spelled it H-I-A-E-C, so it's Hayek. And it's actually Hiace is the vehicle. This one looks especially crappy in my opinion, but I don't know. Anyway, it only has to apply for a short amount of time before I'll change it. This body is planned to be, as the vertical lines represent, that is intended to be candy purple. This here darker shading represents lime ice, which is a shade of green, as you may guess. The clear is represented by diagonal crosshatch, which is for all the windows and whatnot. You can see the spoiler is also going to be the lime ice green. The decals are really not anything that this represents. The vertical and horizontal crosshatching really didn't mean much of anything. I don't exactly know why I put it on there, but anyway, metallic red, or maybe even atomic rust is going to be used at these smaller slits here at the front. There's going to be a line down the side of it that's going to be in pearl white or sprint white, not quite sure which yet, but right now I have it labeled as pearl. I'm going to use Indie Silver for, it's lightly shaded for the Indie Silver, as this shows. And so that's only going to be on one tiny little part, and that's going to be the handle. I'm planning on using metallic black for the headlights and tail lights, because they're just going to have stickers, or decals rather, over them. So, yeah, that's that, I guess, the Toyota Hiace. And these are all 190mm bodies. They're not very expensive. This next one was actually the cheapest, and it only cost me $18, and I'm a member for them, so you can get a 10% discount on things. I thought that was ridiculous, but it's actually incredible. And all these bodies I got shipped for with no tax and no shipping because of the Cyber Monday deals, so that's pretty cool. The next one, and again, it doesn't look quite realistic, but it's the Honda HSV010 GT by Honda Racing, obviously. And my plan for it is that the primary color on this is going to be Inca Gold, and that's represented throughout this here by the horizontal lines. The secondary color on it is going to be Fiery Orange, and that's represented in these little various things that go upwards, and these kind of you might think of it as being related to Brian's car in Too Fast, Too Furious. I don't know if any of you watched that or anything, but anyway, that's that. The spoiler comes with it. Might not actually be this shape. I'm not thinking it will be. I'm not completely sure yet. It's got a single exhaust in the back. Not that that's shown here well, but anyway, Diagonal cross-hatching represents clear, not that that makes a big difference. I'm planning on having this little vertical line deal. It's kind of like a diagonal line with vertical lines in it. The vertical lines in it represent that it's going to be atomic rust colored. And the taillights are going to be metallic red. The headlight is going to be metallic black. The kit is going to be Indy silver, and so is the handle, door handle, and the wheels, which on this one appear to be disc plates or Magnum wheels. They're actually not going to be Magnum wheels. I think they're going to be 5 or 10 spoke wheels. I'm not completely sure yet. And they're going to be Indy silver as well, or so this claims. But what I do after this stage of things, after kind of doing a rough diagram or drawing of it, draw up, whatever you want to call it, is, and I haven't done this for all of them. I've only done it for the one of them, and it's the HSV 010 GT. Just because I think that's going to be my primary. That's probably going to be my favorite of all of them, really. So yeah, that's my plan for that. And what I do after I've drawn them is I go into Google, I get some royalty-free images of the diagrams and blueprints of the cars, and then I trace them in Illustrator and I color them. And I create various patterns and shapes for them, and that's what I've done with this one. And this is the HSV 010 GT from Honda Racing. And this is, I trace the body of it, and I trace various aspects of it, and then I just roughly color it. So as you can see here, it's still represented the same way. It's got a diagram of all the colors. So the I've changed the headlamps are going to be window tint, because I don't like it much and I want to get rid of it. This here lower thing is kind of the widened portion that you would usually find at the bottom of a Lexan sheet, except it's actually intended to be there on this car, which I thought was kind of interesting. And that's going to be metallic black, or so that is my plan. The wheels are matte black, because I can't really paint them, and the spoiler is going to be matte black as well, because I can't paint it either. And this is actually the spoiler that's intended to be on the car. This is the diagram from Honda Racing, so I got their permission to use that, so it's pretty cool. Just because it's a simple blueprint, and I'm just making it for an RC car. Anyway, the kit is still Indy silver, as you can see here, and I've traced the kit on the car from the blueprint. And this here stripe is going to remain atomic rust colored. This is the tail lamp or tail light here. It is going to be the metallic red color. The wheels, which as I said in the other were going to be Indy silver, are actually not going to be Indy silver, but rather atomic rust to match the single red stripe, which I think is going to look a lot better in the end. So yeah, and this pattern here, which follows with 2 bars each for certain heights and whatnot, still going to be fiery orange. Primary color is going to be Inca Gold, which is kind of a yellow. Clear or unpainted is represented in the windows, and the outlines represented here are metallic black, because I'm planning to put trim on it, and I actually did that with my, painted my own trim on using window tint, but this time I don't want to use window tint because it kind of comes out crappy. Anyway, on my Nissan Silvia S15, I custom painted my own trim for the vehicle. You can see the handle is still Indy silver, and yeah, I guess that really is all that there is to show you on this, but I just thought that was kind of cool that I was able to do that. Anyway, that's my process for painting bodies, is to draw them first, and then by accomodations.com, which I mentioned earlier. So it's $6.50 each, which came to $13, and $5 shipping to ship here to the U.S. Paid through PayPal, which is great for those of you that like that kind of thing. It's really easy to use PayPal and stuff, and they're certified by a lot of places, which is great. They have pretty good reviews, and it's not that expensive. So even if your stuff doesn't get there, you don't have too much to be angry about. So that was really that was an $18 purchase, and I'm gonna get 20 springs, which is pretty good if you think about it. It'll come with 2 of each in in one box, and then I'm getting 2 boxes, so that'll give me 20 springs, 4 of each compression or compound or hardness, whatever you'd like to call it, and so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm still waiting for for that order and the R2Hobbies order, which is going to include 3 sets of wheels and 3 sets of tires with insert sponges, which are grip compound tires, so really good rubber, not just plastic like ABS or PVC. Which reminds me, anyone that's out there that drives with PVC pipe tires looks like a total troll. Just so you know. I mean, like, you go out in the real world, dude. You're not gonna see a car on white tires. Not anymore. That was something from a long time ago. If you're, I can understand it if your car that you drive, your scale body is like a Bel Air or something, you know, that was better for the time period of that kind of a white tire. But if you put white tires on a modern looking car, it's gonna look like a freaking bicycle, and that's not cool. Unless you're going for bicycle, which with a 4-wheel vehicle, you shouldn't be going for bicycle. Anyway, you can do that if you want to, but it won't work quite as well for you. Or maybe it will, I don't know, but in my opinion, it won't look great at all. It'll look like crap, but that's one way to make drift tires. But I would, as I've said in my previous videos, if you haven't seen them, check them out. You can just bevel your own tires and put them on a lathe to work your own tires out of ABS pipe, which you can get for a pretty good price. You can get it for just about any size of rims, which is really cool, and you can take them off whenever you feel like it and use something else, which is what I've done with all mine. In fact, right now, before the R2Hobbies order is going to get here, I only have 1 set of grip tires, which is fine because I really don't use them a lot. But I would say for those of you that would like to purchase something along the lines of grip tires and whatnot, or really anything that's just an accessory, you can even get aluminum hop-ups from AGTs.com. You can get aluminum hop-ups for your cars with pretty amazing amount of ease, and you'll get a full setup. Like, you can get a full aluminum chassis for your car, and they have it split up by manufacturer. So as soon as you open it up, the first manufacturer will be HPI, after that it's Kyosho and whatnot, and Traxxas and various others, and then you just go through that list until you hit your car, and then you can click it, and it'll show you all your aluminum and woven graphite hop-ups, which is great. And you can get shock absorbers, springs, shock oil, various other things like that from R2Hobbies, as well as AGTs.com, for a reasonable price, and you can get your full car hopped up to aluminum and woven graphite with high-profile or low-profile shock towers made of woven graphite. You can get high-profile, low-profile, whatever shock towers you like. You can get springs. You can get aluminum shocks. Pretty much anything you need between those 2 sites, and you can fully hop your car up with aluminum parts and woven graphite parts. And you can even get a full lipo system with brushless, or rather a brushless system with lipo, and all that great stuff for your car for a grand total of about $300. So you can, you can get a really good price on things. And if you already have the car like I do, you just go to one of those websites, you can hop them up on aluminum and woven graphite parts. So you go to R2Hobbies, you get yourself a brushless system with high quality lipo battery packs. If you don't want to go spend too much somewhere else, you can buy high grade stuff there too, which, believe it or not, it actually is high grade stuff. It'll come with really good LCD readouts. It'll come with Spectrum controllers. You can get all kinds of cool stuff like that from R2Hobbies, and it'll be expensive stuff. I won't lie to you there. It'll be about $250, $300, sometimes even $400 for some of those things on R2Hobbies, which is not bad. For a brushless system of that magnitude, anyway. So, you know, that's cool. Sorry to waste your time with my drinking. That's just soda. I don't know what else to say now. I guess with the high ace body, I also got some various other cool stuff, like body mounts that are, or body posts that are extensions that are pretty long, so those should work so that my body can fit on there well, and I've already tested it and it does. Which probably makes me seem like a stooge, because, I mean, come on, Dad, I don't even have the body for another 5 days. I don't even get it till Christmas Eve, so I should have tested it out and all that, but, you know, you gotta know it works before you put it on your car, just like, my other video, with the hang-long tank. I don't know how many people enjoy those, but personally mine didn't come through the mail well, or rather it did, and it was a piece of crap. But that could be just me. I could have been one of those unfortunate people that got the one that didn't work out of the million or whatever that were produced at the time. But anyway, R2Hobbies, they really do produce things well. AsiaTees.com, pretty good reviews, pretty good products, you know, really great stuff. So if you're looking for cheap upgrades for your car that are expensive compound, you know, well-made parts for a low cost, then those are your places to go. R2Hobbies.com, R2HOBBIES dot as in period, and then COM, or AsiaTees.com, ASIATEES dot as in period, COM. Those are your places to go for that. And you know, visit your local hobby shop, get whatever you need. You can get all your hop-ups and all that great stuff there too. Check the clearance bin often. I do that a lot, and it comes out with a really great result. And I would suggest you check it because it probably will for you too. And I guess that being said, I have nothing else to mention this time, except I probably won't talk to you until after Christmas. So, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And if I don't see you before the beginning of 2012, then Happy New Year, and let's start hoping the world doesn't end. Let's hope this isn't the last Christmas. So, you know, I'm not saying I believe in that. I'm just, you know, just thought I'd bring it up, see what people think of it, comments and all that. You know, comment, rate, and subscribe, all that good stuff. If you do subscribe, I'm going to warn you, I don't upgrade or upload much very often, so whatever, it's up to you. But and if you're just getting into these new hobbies, I would suggest you go check out my various reviews and videos of various things, like my Sprint to Drift RTR from HPI. And I guess having said all of that, I've got nothing else to say, so I'll quit stalling and wasting your time. And as I said, happy holidays, and it's Play Junkie signing off. Thanks for watching.